Eyes, or Pretty in Pink by Aaron Ehas.
Oh. Yeah!
Act 1, fade in, interior loft, living area, evening. Andy wakes up from a cat nap. From the nuts look on his face, we see he is running late. He leaps up, grabs his scarf, and rushes to the door. Just then, a hand stops him, like a cop stopping traffic. It's Kevin.
Monopoly?
Game board, sex with Gwen.
Bye. Okay. Guess you don't mind Gwen seeing you in your dirty underwear.
We see that Andy indeed has no pants. He readies. Moments later, Andy emerges from his room, stumbling as he puts pants on. He's now wearing American flag bikini underwear.
Don't laugh, they're my only clean pair.
Monopoly later then? You promised. Brotherly bonding time.
Ooh, can't. We're going dancing and then I'm crashing at Gwen's.
Ah, Stogie, no!
So, are you two officially...
Trust me, it's not like that. We're just friends who sleep together.
How sorted.
He exits into the hall and waits for the elevator.
Don't you ever want something more? Romance? A wife? A family?
The elevator doors open to reveal a horribly bedraggled Carlos, the baby nameless, who is giggling hysterically and throwing groceries everywhere.
Ah, nearly forgot my condom.
Interior, Don's waterbed warehouse later that evening. The store is closing and Don gives orders to Gwen as he prepares to leave.
Baby doll, please don't forget to set the alarm. And please don't forget...
How can I forget?
Whoa! Now hold on a second. You are powerfully interrupted. As I find one other employee who ain't a complete moron, why, you're fired, baby doll.
Andy enters the store just as Don is exiting.
Are you a moron?
Andy sees Gwen behind Don, prompting him to answer yes.
Why, yes.
To demonstrate, Andy starts drooling and acting like an imbecile, touching Don and making him uncomfortable.
Well, your mama must be real proud.
Don exits grumbling and screeches off in his Cadillac. Gwen laughs and kisses Andy on the cheek.
You're my moron in shining armor.
Andy flops down onto a waterbed and begins making waves.
Hey, what do you say we do it? Right here, right now.
With you? Not a chance.
Bitch.
Bastard.
They kiss. Interior, backwash, dance floor that night. Posey, Jim, Andy, and Gwen are dancing to the music of Silly Rabbit. Andy imitates other dancers to amuse Gwen.
Hey, look at that guy.
The guy is ultra serious about his dancing. Andy furrows his brow and clenches his jaw and dances very seriously.
Look at Moon Girl over there.
He imitates a girl who dances like a moonwalk. The Neil Armstrong kind, not the Michael Jackson kind.
So, you can imitate everyone else. How do you dance?
Me? I don't know how to dance.
Interior, backwash, bar a little later. Jim and Andy are at the bar getting some fresh drinks. A tall, attractive woman stands nearby.
Dude, talk to her.
Okay. Hey.
Hey.
What happened?
I'm not crazy about her personality.
Interior, backwash, dance floor a few minutes later. Andy and Jim return with their drinks, but pause to behold the sight. Posey and Gwen dancing together, very sexy.
Is it wrong for me to hope they start kissing?
No.
How much has Posey had to drink?
She doesn't drink.
Right, damn.
Exterior, Avenue 3, 2 a.m. The group emerges from the club. Just then, a creepy guy walks by and looks at Gwen's ass.
Did you see that? That creepy guy's looking at your butt.
No, you're being oversensitive.
Andy ponders this for a beat, then from off-screen, another dotted line enters the frame and lands on Gwen's chest.
Hey, she's my wife. She's mine. We're, together tonight.
Well, he doesn't look so happy about that. Come on, Foxy, what do you got that I haven't got?
Why did that guy look at my crotch? Hey. Okay, stop that.
Side street, several minutes later. A slightly seedier Alphabet City-style street on the frontier of Mission Hill. Andy and Gwen arrive at an old brownstone where distant but loud salsa music and furious barking dogs can be heard from various floors. Interior, Gwen's apartment moments later.
Sorry, my apartment's filthier than usual.
As am I.
Ew!
Andy struggles out of his pants, revealing his American flag bikini underwear.
Oh, I see you love America.
Yeah. Nice Florida. Thanks.
Andy obediently jumps back up and flips the switch, then gets back in bed. They begin cuddling. Andy lifts the sheet, and a dotted line goes from his eyes to under the sheet.
See, aren't you glad it's me doing this and not that creepy guy?
Gwen's mood turns sour.
Why are you bringing this up again? Because you think I belong to you?
Yes, I mean, not yes, but in a way, yes.
In a way.
Yes.
Off of Gwen's disgruntled look, we dissolve to 20 minutes later.
So you want me to be faithful, but are you faithful to me?
Now, officially, no, but de facto, yes.
You're insane.
No. Define insane.
Dissolve to 20 minutes later.
So you see, by those definitions, even though we're not committed per se, you letting that guy look at you was cheating.
That's it. We're breaking up.
Aha! We can't break up because we're not officially going out.
Fine. We're just de facto breaking up. I'm officially kicking you out.
Interior locked a little later, 4 a.m. Kevin, George, and Toby are playing Monopoly in their PJs.
Bling blong, Pasco, $200. Bling blong, building a hotel. Bling blong, community chest. Third prize in a beauty contest. $50. Blinkety blong.
I'm in jail.
Bling blong, St. Charles Place. Bling.
Andy bursts in and stomps to the fridge for a maestro.
I thought you were sleeping at Gwen's.
Yeah, me too. But out of nowhere, she just kicked me out.
See? This is what happens when you sleep with your friends. We don't have that problem.
Andy grumbles and walks to his room. George snickers.
Your brother's a slut, Kevin. With my sister?
Interior, Enterman Hatano, HGEE, creative, the next morning. Andy approaches the desk of Stacie, Jim's assistant. He's bummed out. She's upbeat and hyper-efficient as usual.
Hey, Stacie. Jim here?
Sure, Andy, I'll show you in.
She writes on a slip of paper, then she knocks on Jim's office door, enters, and leads Andy inside.
Gwen broke up with me last night.
But I thought you weren't officially going out.
Thank you. Exactly.
Man, you need to be healthy about it. Or look, it's not the end of the... Andy, you'll get over. Tequila?
Smash cut to interior. Tater Skins 2, restaurant and bar.
This is where everyone from the office goes after work.
So they can mingle with other boring corporate drones?
Hey guys, I'm gonna go mingle.
At the bar, several minutes later, Chiron, tequila shot number 1. Andy and Jim and Stacie do a classic tequila shot. Lick salt, do shot, suck lime, then grimace.
So, I forgot about Gwen yet?
Gwen's here? Where?
Maybe we should just switch to Jägermeister.
Montage, the evening. Jim and Andy and Stacie play darts. Jim misses the target so wide that his dart hits for the people playing pool, who all die with cups. Chiron, tequila shot number 3. After the shot, Andy turns to the attractive woman next to him and smiles. She pats him on the head condescendingly and walks away. The three watch people sing karaoke. Jim and Andy shake their heads disdainfully. Stacie bops along to the music. Chiron, tequila shot number 5. This time Andy does a body shot off of Stacie. Stacie offers Jim her body for a shot, but he declines. Later, they play pool. Jim sends a ball flying off the table at the people who are playing darts, and they all die for cover. Chiron, tequila shoot number 7. Jim now wears a shirt that says 1 tequila, 2 tequila, 3 tequila, 4. Andy turns to another attractive woman and smiles. She smiles back and drunkenly falls off her stool and asks for help. Jim is now on stage doing karaoke.
And the sailors say, Andy, you're a fine girl. Good wife you would be. But my life, my love, and my lady is the sea. Do.
Dissolved to a half hour later. Chiron, Tika Shiva. Andy, Stacie, and Jim, all pretty far gone through the shop.
Feeling better?
Feeling drunker. Sorry, what was the question?
Awesome.
I think I'm gonna call Gwen.
He tries to get up to call her, but falls out of his stool face first into Stacie's lap.
Sorry.
Andy's point of view, a smile crosses Stacie's face. She gets blurry and begins spinning. The room slowly stops spinning. Andy opens his eyes to see a blurry, naked figure lying next to him in an unfamiliar bedroom. The figure comes into focus. It's Stacie. Oops. Fade out and back to one. Act 2, fade in, interior, Stacie's apartment, 5 a.m. Andy is in bed next to Stacie. It's dark.
Okay, don't panic. She's not Gwen, but that's okay. Sometimes a drunken mistake can be a big, happy, sober surprise. I should try to make a go of this.
Stacie rolls over and takes the blanket with her, leaving Andy uncovered. He curls up uncomfortably. Interior, Stacie's apartment, morning. Andy wakes up alone in bed.
Oh, God.
Andy looks around her room, which is exceptionally dull and very neat. Each item he looks at is progressively lamer.
Oh, Lord. Oh, please. No. You gotta be kidding.
He heads to the bathroom. Before entering, he double takes at a framed novelty magazine cover. Andy enters the bathroom and closes the door. Stacie, already showered and dressed for work, immediately enters the bedroom and makes the bed quickly and efficiently.
Crap!
He opens the door and peers out. His eyes are pink.
My eyes are all sticky.
What, are you blaming me?
No, I'm just...
You just caught my pink eye. Don't freak out. You can use my eye drops.
She hands him a bottle of prescription eye drops. Andy puts the drops in and his eyes clear up. Then he grabs an aerosol can from under Stacie's dresser and sprays his left underarm.
That's hairspray.
After a beat, Andy shrugs and sprays his right underarm as well. When he lowers his arms, his armpits make little crackly sounds. Exterior, Stacie's apartment, kitchen, 5 minutes later.
Breakfast?
Nope, need all the space in my stomach for coffee. Thanks. What are you having?
8 ounces of plain non-fat yogurt and 6 grapes.
Just 6? Those look like pretty good grapes. Maybe you should have 7.
That's not funny. Grapes are very fattening.
Okay. Wanna watch cartoons?
That is funny. You were joking, right?
No, I just... No.
Oh, great. I'll ask him my grapes.
Exterior, loft building, rooftop, later that day. Andy sits in the lawn chair with his head in his hand like Rodin's The Thinker. Jim and Posey come up to the roof.
Someone looks depressed.
Someone got laid.
How'd you...
Because you got a minor venereal disease.
She points to his eyes. They're pink again. From down the fire escape we hear,
Oh, Andy, is that you up there? Come play Monopoly.
Andy got laid.
Posey!
I figured it out because he got a venereal disease. Look.
Posey, cut it out!
Andy pulls out the eye drops, leans back and puts them in. His eyes clear. Jim sees the name on the bottle's prescription label.
Hey, you caught it from Stacie. I was hoping you two would sleep together.
Stacie? What about Gwen? Oh, the weed of infidelity bears bitter fruit. See, your sordid past has caught up with you. You should have married Gwen. Now the pink eye is your badge of shame. You're hurt and you're sick. You need help. Now let's go play Monopoly.
Kevin's right.
Great. The token you choose says a lot about you. I'd say you're a shoe or an iron. Thimble?
Not about Monopoly, sweetheart. About Gwen. Spending time with another girl has made me realize how smart and cute and funny and wonderful Gwen is.
Slow down there, man. Give Stacie a chance. You two might be perfect together. Something about her vibe.
Smash cut to Stacie.
I'm in love with Jim.
Wide reveal we're inside Tater Skins 2 at the bar. Stacie is a sobbing, desperate mess.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't be dating anymore.
I try to flirt, but I can't get his attention.
She does a shot of tequila.
Well, maybe you're being too subtle.
I told him he was the sexiest man I knew.
And what do you say to that?
Awesome. I want to play computer games.
She snaps her fingers impatiently at the bartender, and he pours it directly into her mouth. She returns to an upright position.
I'm sorry I'm so pathetic.
No. Your patheticness has made me realize something important. I should actually thank you for being so pathetic.
She begins wailing again. And puts her head down on the bar.
Listen, I gotta go. We're having a party Saturday. You should come. Maybe I can help you with Jim.
Is she okay?
Andy lifts her head up.
You okay? Need another drink?
Exterior, Gwen's basement apartment later. Andy pounds on Gwen's door. Meanwhile, the dogs in the first floor apartment are barking. The distant salsa music is blaring. And an old lady is clattering about with the trash can.
Gwen, I realized something, see, and
I can't hear you. What?
It's just that... Listen, could you let me in?
What is it, Andy? What?
I'm sorry for acting so...
I can't hear a word you're saying.
Gwen, I love you! I missed you.
Interior Gwen's bedroom later. Andy and Gwen lie in bed together in the dark. Andy notices that since his last visit, Gwen has put glow-in-the-dark star stickers on her ceiling.
Hey, you got those cheesy glow-in-the-dark star stickers.
So,
it just... I mean, I don't think I've seen those since, like, 3rd grade.
give me a break. I work in a warehouse. I live in a basement. I need all the sky I can get.
I hear you. You know, sometimes buildings just get in the way.
Screw buildings.
That's right. Buildings can go to hell. Hey, how about next week I take you to dinner where there are no walls, no ceilings, just sky. We'll have dinner on a cloud.
Wow.
She kisses him. Interior Gwen's bedroom, early morning. A quiet morning. Birds are chirping. There's a soft light in Gwen's face, and Andy watches her sleep. He smiles.
You're so beautiful.
He kisses her on the forehead, and she yawns and smiles and opens her eyes. They're pink.
Crap! What? Gwen, I gave you pink eye.
That's all. From the look on your face, I thought it was going to be something awful.
Andy finds his pants next to the bed and pulls the eye drops out of his pocket. He passes them to Gwen, but then, a moment too late, remembers Stacie's name on the prescription label.
I think you should know, I got it from a colleague at work.
She hands back the bottle without ever seeing the name.
You didn't sleep with him, did you?
Right.
Interior loft that night. A party's in full swing. All the roommates, friends, and neighbors are having a great time, including Stogie, who's eagerly lapping up all the discarded drinks. In the living area, Andy and Gwen are having fun dancing together. Andy notices that Toby is standing several yards away, staring at Gwen in an earnest, creepy fashion.
Hey, she's mine.
I still don't belong to you. Oh, I'm his.
I told you, they got back together. Congratulations, you two.
You approve of our relationship?
Well, now that it's official, it's not so sordid.
Oh, it's still sorted.
Gus is distracted by Carlos and Natalie, who are struggling with the keg. Carlos is having a hard time pouring his beer because of the baby strapped to his back. Natalie takes his cup and starts operating the keg for him.
Ah, that's no way to use a keg. You're not pumping, you're not tilting, you're not doing nothing right.
Perhaps you'd like to do it?
Gus grabs the cup and the tap. He pumps the keg, adjusts the valve, and does a variety of elaborate procedures.
There you go. The perfect glass of beer.
Carlos lifts the beer to his mouth, but just as he's about to drink, the baby reaches around and covers his eyes, and Carlos pours the beer down his throat. In the kitchen later, the Republican vampire is prattling on and on to Posey, who looks terribly bored and confused.
You know who else is right on? Lamar Alexander. Your clubs are cool, man. Why do you think they call it the Republican Party?
But it's also called the Democratic Party.
No. I said party.
Oh, I see now.
She backs away from him without saying a word, then turns and runs away.
Oh man, Don's waterbed warehouse is way worse than Ron's. It's a nightmare.
Well, John's Waterbed Palace is no Broadway musical.
Inside the bathroom, Andy finishes washing his hands. Just as he's about to leave, he sees a tube of lipstick and gets an idea. He lifts up his shirt and begins drawing a heart on his chest with the word Gwen inside.
Hello in there. Others are waiting.
Outside the bathroom, Gwen is still in line. Someone behind her taps her on her shoulder.
Excuse me, have you seen Andy?
It's Stacie. Her eyes are very pink.
I think he accidentally took my eye drops the other morning.
We hear an intense, dramatic sting and zoom in on Gwen. She digests this for a beat, then walks away without saying a word. A second later, the bathroom door flies open and Andy emerges, proudly revealing his lipstick Gwen. But she's gone. Fexstein hurries past him into the bathroom.
Ah, finally.
Fade out, end of Act 2.
Tom Kenny, professional homosexual.
Act 3, fade in, interior hallway outside loft, moments later. The party is spilled out into the hallway. Gwen, seething, waits for the elevator. Stacie comes out of the apartment, sees Jim, and makes a beeline for him. Just as she reaches him, Gwen grabs him and pulls him aside.
Jim, what's going on with Andy and that girl?
Beads of sweat start to pour down Jim's face.
What girl?
That girl.
Andy certainly never slept with her. Why do you... No.
Jim, did Andy sleep with that girl?
That girl? She's a virgin.
She's a virgin.
Yeah, and a lesbian. Also, Andy hates her because she's a lesbian virgin. And I'm not lying. You'd be able to tell if I was lying. Because I'm a really bad liar.
Hey, would you mind giving me a ride home?
Interior, Jim's car a few minutes later. Jim and Gwen have pulled up to Gwen's apartment. Gwen, although clearly onto Jim, is managing to put up a pretty good front.
Thanks for being so honest, Jim.
I'm always honest when it comes to Andy's not sleeping with other girls.
Gwen's eyes narrow, vengefully.
Jim? You got something in your eye.
She gets out of the car.
Hey, thanks for not lying.
Anytime. Close call.
Interior, Jim's room the next day. Jim is at his computer and we can only see the back of his head.
Hey, Gwen disappeared last night and isn't returning my calls. She didn't find out about me and Stacie, did she?
Got you covered. She asked about it, but I lied.
Well, what then? I mean, you took her home, right? She didn't say anything?
She didn't say anything.
Jim turns around to face Andy. He has pink eye. We hear an intense dramatic sting and zoom in on Andy in exact parallel to Gwen's earlier epiphany.
You slept with Gwen? Oh my god, you slept with Gwen? She knows about Stacie and she slept with you as revenge!
He angrily leaps to Jim, but halfway there, he collapses on the floor, weeping.
I didn't sleep with her.
Liar!
I'm not a liar.
I thought you said you lied to Gwen. Huh?
That was for you. You wanted me to.
Oh, yeah, but what if I didn't?
That would be a lie.
Exactly!
Andy runs off, wild-eyed, up the fire escape. Exterior, loft building, rooftop, continuous.
My best friend slept with my girlfriend!
Posey sees him and rushes to his side.
No, I didn't. I promise you.
Jim.
Posey doesn't understand.
Jim.
Jim's your best friend? Oh. You should demote him. Can I be your new best friend?
Andy collapses to the ground.
What am I supposed to do now?
Kevin smiles and gets his dungeon master look. Smash cut to interior loft kitchen later. Andy is glumly playing Monopoly with Kevin.
Hey, free parking. My life's a mess, but at least I get $500.
Sorry, Andy. I'm a free parking purist. The rules say free parking is just a space where nothing happens.
What should I do about Gwen?
You're asking me? I knew Monopoly would bring us together. Who knows more about brotherly bonding than the Parker brothers?
Okay, don't rub it in.
Andy, what you need is a grand romantic gesture.
Kevin rolls and takes his turn while he speaks, calmly moving his token, paying the bank, etc.
Just like in all the great romantic comedies. Have you seen You've Got Mail?
That's a crappy contemporary idea of romance that has no soul.
Okay, how about a classic? Sleepless in Seattle.
Andy rolls and lands on one of Kevin's properties.
Remember, the hotel's disappeared, so those red jelly beans are hotels. That'll be $1,350.
Andy groans and lets his head hit the table.
The point is, in all the great love stories, the guys have done far worse things, but they always win the girl back with a grand romantic gesture.
You really think it'll work?
Of course. How do you think the Green Lantern got married?
Interior ad agency, Jim's office day. Andy bursts into Jim's office proclaiming,
I don't care if you slept with Gwen. I'm winning her back and there's nothing you can do about it.
Okay.
Jim slept with someone?
Yes, but you can win him back with a grand romantic gesture. Sweep him off his feet. Show him how deep and real your feelings are.
Andy leaves and Stacie looks perplexed.
Grand romantic gesture. Grand romantic gesture.
Exterior, Gus and Wally's apartment later.
Oh, dearie dear, something romantic. Now, you do know how to treat a vinyl record, don't you? It's not like a CD. You can't go touching it all over.
Stop badgering him!
Well, his generation never...
Here, Jerome card. That was a trick.
Andy smiles and looks at the record, holding it wrong and getting his greasy fingers all over it. Interior, Carlos and Natalie's apartment moments later. Andy bursts in.
Sorry to barge in. I'm doing something romantic for Gwen. Can I borrow your Christmas lights?
If romance is what you're after, shouldn't you consider Judaism?
She enticingly offers him a menorah.
Well, with Christianity, you get the lights and bigger candles, too.
He offers a selection of Virgin Mary votive candles.
Sorry, Judaism.
Exterior loft till a little later. Andy emerges lugging a giant sack of supplies.
You're sure you don't want to just peruse Green Lantern 174 for romantic tips? It's very realistic because he doesn't use his powers.
I'm sure.
Oh, go get him, Andy. I mean her.
Hey, look, there's little red houses in this dog mess.
Oh, Gus, you're imagining things.
Oh, he ain't, look.
Well, that's what you get for poking around in strange dog do before going to work at your diner.
What are you, the board of hell?
Exterior, Don's waterbed warehouse that evening. Andy hides by a dumpster. Don exits and sees Andy hiding.
Boy, what you lingering about for?
Oh, I was,
He starts drooling and touching Don, who looks creeped out and runs away. Don screeches off in his Cadillac and the coast is clear. Andy sneaks inside, lugging the giant sack. Interior, Don's. Andy sees Gwen is in the office alone, doing the books. She doesn't see him. He unpacks some things from the sack and climbs up a ladder towards the rafters. 20 minutes later, we see Gwen still doing the books. Andy's near the PA system. He plugs in a small record player and takes out the Kern album. His eyes are very pink.
Damn pink eye.
With some difficulty, Andy positions the needle on the record. He turns the warehouse lights off and walks to the center of the sales floor, where he has set a table with wine glasses, plates, candles, and flowers. He takes a pillow from his sack, rips it open, and sprinkles the feathers all around the table. Then he switches on the Christmas lights.
A romantic dinner on a cloud.
We widen to reveal what he has set up. With the Christmas lights everywhere in the darkened warehouse, it looks like a beautiful starry night, and the table is floating on a cloud of white feathers. Interior, Stacie's cubicle, that moment. Stacie is still tapping her pencil.
Grand romantic gesture. Grand romantic gesture.
Suddenly she stops and looks up. She knocks on Jim's door.
Come in.
Stacie enters.
Yeah?
Stacie replies by throwing open her blouse. Jim's eyes widen and his cigarette drops from his mouth. Swelling romantic theme plays. Interior dawns that moment. Andy starts the record. A scratchy old version of Smoke Gets in Your Eyes. He pulls out a lighter. Andy's POV. It's blurry, making it hard for him to see the candles.
Ah, stupid pink eye.
He rubs his eyes and we see him blindly lighting the flowers on fire. He looks on obliviously, but when the whole tablecloth catches, he realizes what's happening.
Oh, crap! Crap! Oh, crap!
Gwen comes out of the office and sees this.
What's going on?
Crap! Crap! Fire! Crap!
Meanwhile, romantic music is still blaring. Andy's arm catches and he spins around wildly, trying to put himself out. The spinning sends the feathers into the air, many of which catch fire and begin to float away.
Why are there feathers everywhere?
Ah! I'm burning! I'm burning!
Gwen comes rushing to Andy's aid and puts him out. The flames climb a column in the warehouse all the way to the ceiling where a hanging sale sign catches. Then the sign next to it catches, and then the next, etc., etc.
Water! Gwen, where's there water?
As if to answer Andy, the floating, flaming feathers begin landing on stacks of waterbeds, melting through and popping them. Torrents of water gush down from the pop waterbeds, putting out the fire, but converting the disaster into a flood. We see one stack of waterbeds marked flame retardant. They don't burst, but then a beam falls from the ceiling, bursting them too. The place is now like a huge rolling sea, with the Christmas lights, sparks, and flaming, floating feathers. It's somewhat beautiful. Andy and Gwen are grappling over each other in the water like drowning people, Andy particularly panicky. Gwen grabs Andy's hand and hoists him onto a huge floating log or a falling beam, then climbs on herself.
Never let go! Promise me your heart will go on!
Don't you get it?
Got it, it just wasn't funny.
They float to the wall and climb out a window.
I tried to do something romantic, but it's a wreck. It's a wreck like everything else.
Just then, Don screeches back up. He yells at Gwen as he unlocks the front door.
You idiot woman! Can't you hear the damn alarm ring?
He opens the door, and he and his Cadillac are immediately swept away by the flood that comes rushing out.
My star! My merchandise! No!
I'm so sorry. This was a disaster.
No, Andy, this is a beautiful disaster. I hated this place, and you destroyed it. This is the best thing anyone's ever done for me.
Really? So, you'll take me back then?
There's a painfully long beat as Andy waits for her answer.
No.
Andy's face becomes sad.
It's all too complicated now, Andy. I don't think things could work.
Andy's face gets really, really sad. Then suddenly...
Screw you! What complications? Things aren't complicated for me. My goddamn eyes are stuck together, and all I want to see is you, and all I know is that you're the only one I...
Shut up!